The holiday season is upon us, and you may be looking for a hearty meal to keep you warm here through the holiday season. Look no further than Machine Shed in Davenport. I'm here at Machine Shed with Chef Jeff Grunder. Jeff, thanks for having us back down again.
Thanks for coming out and seeing us.
Yes, of course. This already smells good, and we don't really have it prepared yet, but we're going to make an original meal from Machine Shed since day
correct.
one.
This has been on our menu, and this is one that not only you can get on the menu, but also you can get it for banquets or caterings or anything like that if you wanted to. And so what we're going to do is we're going to make the sage dressing that goes inside of our roast pork, which is a great side to have for the holidays.
Sure,
and so because a lot of people can stuff a turkey, you can just have it as a side. So if you'd like to, we're going to go ahead, Kyle, and let's put in the celery and onions. I've got some margarine right here. And what we're just going to do is going to put in that celery,
the onions.
And the onions. And we're just going to let that kind of saute a little bit till those vegetables get tender. It's going to take probably about 8 or 10 minutes. So we're just going to pretend that we're going to quicken up that process a little bit. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add in some of that salt and pepper. And so if you want to, Kyle, I'll just go ahead and do...
Oh, just a couple pinches?
Yeah, just a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper into here. And we've got that. And then what we're going to do is then we've got our bread right here. So now with our bread, what we want to do is we want to toast those breadcrumbs and get them nice and crunchy. Because everybody says, well, why do you do that? You want it dry so that it absorbs the liquid that we're going to put into it. And we're going to put a chicken stock into it. So then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to saute these vegetables that we've done. We're going to put them right in there. And then next to you then, Kyle, is into that pitcher is our chicken stock. So we're going to add all that chicken stock into there. And then there also is some sage and some Montreal that you're going to go ahead and add in there. And that's about a gallon of breadcrumbs, and then that's roughly about a half a gallon of chicken stock. And now you've got celery, or you've got our sage, our sage, and we're going to put all that in there. And then we've got some Montreal seasoning that we're going to put in there.
Whole thing in there?
Whole thing in there. And so then what we do is then we're going to get in there and we're going to mix that up. But we're going to go ahead and pretend we already did that and we got dirty, and then we've got the finished product right here.
There we go. There's the finished product. All the spices in it.
Yes. And so now what we got is we got our pork loin. And so we're going to take this and we're going to butterfly this open so that we can put in our pork loin. So now we're just going to butterfly this all the way open. So it's like a sheet of paper. And so then what we've got is that. We're going to put our sage right in there, and it's going to be about the size of a baseball is what we want to put on the inside. And then we're going to roll this. And that's as simple as that dish is. And then we season it with some Montreal and some sage on top, roast it in the oven at 275 for about an hour and a half. Let it rest. And then we've got the finished product right here.
It looks incredible.
And so with this, we always make the pan drippings. And you can see right here that we've got our pan gravy right here. So we're going to go ahead and take 2 nice slices right off this.
Look at that.
And this has that sage right on the inside. And you can see that it's not skimping on pork as well. And we're going to go ahead and put that right on the plate. And then just top it with a little bit of our gravy. And of course, this one is one that's great to be served with mashed potatoes, which is always at the shed, and it's a great side to have during the holidays as well.
Yes, and we've got the baked potato soup as well.
Yes, and a lot of these things, you know, all the stuff that I have here is our Christmas plating and things like that that we're getting into the holidays. So it's a great gift idea. Come out to the Machine Shed. We've got our cookbooks and all the plateware and all the little, and we're going to be walking through the gift shop a little bit later and see some of that stuff. And so there's some cool stuff. You got to come out to the shed.
Come out to the shed, and don't forget about the banquets and the catering as well, because this would be perfect for that.
It would be. It would be.
So once you clear the table of your holiday meal here at the Machine Shed, you have to make room for your famous pies. And so we got a few here, Chef Jeff, of some of your offerings here at the Machine Shed.
I mean, you come to the shed or you think about the Machine Shed, you think about the homemade goodies that we have.
Cinnamon rolls, pies.
And we have just a few of them here. And of course, this is our Dutch apple. We make our apples right here in-house. And so they have a little bit of brown sugar, a little cinnamon, and then we put lemon and orange zest in them. And they are
so good.
They are fantastic.
And you can tell it is homemade.
Yes,
when you bite into it.
Exactly. And then of course our chocolate cream.
Oh, yes.
And then for seasonal pie, you know, of course our pumpkin pie.
Can't go wrong with the pumpkin.
Yeah. So I guess I think that one of the things, just like you said, it's a great way to end up a meal. This way, with our holiday dinners that we have available during the holidays, one of these come with your holiday meal. So if you order a holiday meal for 4, you get a pie. So
awesome.
Hey, what a great deal. So, you know, it's just, I think, head to the shed, order your stuff for your holidays and family coming over, and we'll take care of the rest.
And we got to talk about the size real quick. I mean, these are a little larger than one that you'd pick up in the store.
Yes, these are 11-inch pies, and of course, we don't skimp on the toppings that go in that 11-inch pie. So they're a full pie. I mean, somebody said, you know, they almost weigh 5 pounds, and I think that this one might tip the scale more.
I was going to say, yeah, the Dutch apple looks a little heavier. But
it does.
Yeah, so make sure to save room for that pie at the end of the meal. Well, after you finished your meal and your dessert, of course, you want to head over to the gift shop at the Machine Shed because there are plenty of gifts to choose from for the holiday season.
A plethora of things.
Yeah, so where are we starting here?
So we're going to start, I always used to love these when I was a kid. These are a different look.
You can't go wrong,
as an advent calendar. You know, you're used to the square advent calendars.
Yeah.
These are kind of different and cool to look at. We've got a countdown to Christmas that's kind of looks like that barn look.
Yeah, yeah.
This is cool. My mom used to do this, warm this in the microwave, and then you'd put this around your neck so you can get warm and fuzzy around the holidays. And then a hot water bottle, you know, so you put your hot water in there.
Yeah, this is interesting.
And then you can sleep with it, and it keeps you warm. So
hey, there you go,
it's one of those things. And then there's all kinds of things, like when you start looking into, you know, the cheers around the holidays.
Yeah.
But then we've got another table over here that we can walk over to.
Yeah. This really sparks your nostalgia when you're walking to this table. I mean, I have 2 of these at my parents' house right now from when I was a little kid that we use as decorations now. Put the hot chocolate in.
Yeah, exactly. And then, you know, like you can put this out for Santa with milk and cookies for the kids can do that.
Yeah, look at
so
that.
There's just a lot of cool, cute things that will bring you back and maybe kind of let you share them with the kids and the grandkids that, like you said, you used to have these, so share them with your kids and your grandkids.
Yeah, so and it sparks the nostalgia as well. And of course, we can't forget about the Machine Shed cookbook that is available. Great holiday gift.
Yes, and we have the cookbooks, and then we also gift cards, and then we're doing a bounce back. So if you do buy a gift card at the Machine Shed, we give you a bounce back to come back in January or February.
Oh, nice.
So come back and see us, and come and see us for the holidays. We love just to see our raving fans.
Absolutely.
And the Machine Shed is open every day of the week, located at 7250 Northwest Boulevard in Davenport. We have the address on your screen. To make reservations or to place a to-go order, call the phone number on your screen. You can also order online at machineshed.com/Davenport.